Happy New Year, everybody! Welcome to the show.
It feels like deja vu.
It really does. 2025 is ringing in hard.
BS from a Basement's brought to you by Get Some Sports 13 TV for the best in local high school athletics, intercollegiate volleyball, and club volleyball on YouTube, Spotify, Audible, Pandora, Apple, and Amazon.
And a big Happy New Year from Right of Center Brewery. Of course, brewed with humility. Locally brewed and packaged in Lake Villa, Illinois. Try one of those bad boys. What you gonna do today? You won't be disappointed.
And in honor of 2025, don't forget 25% off at manlybands.com using promo code GetSomeSports13 at checkout.
You know, Jamie, the first time you said that, when we did the introduction and weren't on the air, I missed the subtlety in the honor of 2025.
Yes.
Really bringing my A game this year.
You are really good.
Hey, JD, I heard it.
I appreciate you,
And
Brian.
kudos to you. So we used to do a segment, Kyle, you may remember, Funny Story of the Week.
Yes.
But we ran out of them, apparently, because we dropped it.
Yes.
So-
Well, the network cut it
Yes.
Yeah.
So really quick one.
after the Uncle Ted nipple story.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, bag of nipples didn't fly through. We didn't make it through the censors.
Didn't get through
Yeah.
the censorship people. Yeah.
So I go to Meijer a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Grocery store up in Round Lake, and I'm walking through, and I'm a fast walker. You've walked with me. I'm
you
a
are
fast walker.
very quick.
High stepper, some people say. Some people even say, "Did you lead in the college band?" That's how I walk.
A little pep to your step.
Yeah, and I walk
A
with
drum
that.
major. A big staff.
So,
yeah.
majorette.
Yeah.
Or major.
Major
so anyway,
something.
so I go.
Major jackass.
I'm coming in hot. I'm busy. Got a lot going at work. I go out there at lunch. The door doesn't open. Almost face plant the door. The automatic sliding door, right?
Okay.
So I I jump twice.
And by faceplant, you mean you almost walked right into it?
Almost walked right into
Like a
it.
bird.
So it wouldn't be called Myers anymore. It'd be called Bryant's.
Yes. Yeah. I should have. If my head went through the glass.
Hold your neck. When you go down, always hold
Yeah,
your neck.
yeah. And you're supposed to pee in your pants too. That legitimizes it. You ever get in a car accident, pee in your pants?
Yes.
So I give it a shimmy. I give it a jump. Doesn't open. So then I go in through the outdoor.
Ooh.
Like the Prince song, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, hey, I'm a good Samaritan, right? So I'm
Yeah.
going to go right to the first person I see with a Meijer shirt on,
Sure.
which is the self-check lady.
Okay.
So I said, hey,
Who is not in charge of the automatic door?
no, but she's wearing a Meijer shirt.
Does she have a radio?
I don't know.
Not
Okay.
her department.
Yes, not her responsibility. I said, hey, self-check lady, I don't know if you know, but the indoor isn't open. She oh, yeah, I know. Several people have told me. And this is when I thought of you, Kyle. I'm like, this is when I need, with all due respect, you're like a sarcastic poet.
Yes.
Yeah, like if there was a poet of sarcasm, when you die, you're going to be the sarcastic poet in heaven.
There's going to be TV. No, what's the table in your TV room called? Coffee table books
Of just
of
your
my
one-
sarcasm.
Kyle's sarcasms.
Yes.
I said, so what would Kyle say to the person that says, oh, yeah, several people have called me? And all I came up with was, well, you know how to tell them that, you know how to get them to stop telling you. Put a freaking sign on the door that says it's not going to open.
Right.
I can picture the thought bubbles coming over your head
Yeah.
as you stared in the corner and thought about Kyle for a
yes.
I was doing
Better
that-
yet, fix it.
Yeah. Yeah. Why would that happen? You know?
Right.
Or leave it open permanently because you
Yeah.
got the double door. It's like a
Crank it.
vestibule.
Yeah. That's unacceptable. Did you check if it was working when you left?
It was not. I
Oh.
came out the same, and I saw 3 people do the same
They're
thing.
just basically pissing away business at this
Well,
point.
it was like mosquitoes going to the
the blue light.
Every time I said bzz.
All right, Bri, it's your toast.
All right.
The first show of 2025,
I know.
as early as the people could possibly get it, is upon us.
Yeah, so we're like, what, 19 hours in?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So as we ring in the new year, let me say that in English. As we ring in the new year, here's my hope for my co-hosts, JD and Kyle, our listeners, and quite frankly, to all the people.
To the people. Yes.
May the best day of your past be the worst day of your future.
That is
Happy
great.
New
That
Year.
is a great toast. Great toast. Mm-hmm. Brian and I drinking Manhattans,
Yes.
true Manhattans. What you got over there, JD?
I got a hazy IPA.
That's actually switched from the first take of this.
Well, we've been doing this show for multiple hours at this
Oh,
point.
well, there's some backwash in that one, JD. You can.
But we didn't get to talk about Bel Air now.
We
What
didn't.
was your first beer?
My first beer was a Shorts beer, which is from northern Michigan. Not quite to the UP, but normally we're up there skiing and not there this year.
Name
so
names.
I'm pretending.
Name names. The
Name
city.
names of what?
The city.
Oh, it's Bel Air, Michigan.
Bel Air. And what do you and I like to do in Bel Air this time of year usually?
We like to ski. We like to drink some beers. We like to hang out and eat white pepper sandwiches from Shorts Brewing.
Indeed we do. And we
Yes.
haven't, let's see, the last 3 times it's been crap because they've had no snow.
Finally, this year, it's like
This year they got 8 feet before
it's like
Thanksgiving.
avalanches happening.
Was
and-
I in Shorts Brew?
Yes, you were.
Yes,
Shorts
were.
Brewery?
Yes, you
Mrs.
were.
Shippy Hupsha?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were in shorts.
We took you there before you fell asleep.
Yes.
I know, with my heels on. It was a long ride, everybody. It was a long
But
ride.
here's the deal. If your kids play basketball, you can't go skiing in Bel Air. But one day, actually next year, Carter, my youngest, will be able to drive. He can take Jamie's youngest to practice, and we can go back and go skiing.
Yep. We'll just
course,
leave
it'll never
We'll just
ski-
leave the 2 of them home alone. That
Yeah.
sounds like a good idea.
What could go wrong? It doesn't
Nada.
probably never snow 8 feet again up there ever.
Nope.
No.
The last time I was there was so little snow that I broke my ankle skiing down the street that had no snow on it.
Yeah.
It actually
happened
probably
anyway.
looked a lot like you trying to go in the closed indoor.
Yes. Yes. Good thing we're athletes, Kyle, or
Mhm.
we really would have had worse stuff.
When people describe me, the most often phrases are athletic.
And sarcastic,
Yes. Okay.
but in a good way.
Did we do the cheers? Yeah, we did
Yep.
the toast.
We
All right. We got to tell the people how to call in and participate now. So if you're not in my phone book, don't fear. We have a resolution to that.
The Reaper.
If you go on to Snapchat, and Brian, this
Morkaba.
is my cue to go into Snapchat and take a picture. Some people might see 2 of those. You can friend us at Get Some Sports 13 on Snapchat, and then what you can do is use the call-in feature on Snapchat, and you can call and talk to us. If you want to just type, because you're a typist, that's cool too. Go to YouTube, hit the comments box under the video you're watching, and Carl will bring your comment up on the screen. It'll be tons of fun. 2025, tons of fun.
Oh, that's what we got. We need a theme for 2025.
Yes.
I think
Suck
you
less.
just named it.
What do you
Suck
got, JD?
less.
Tons
I
of fun.
like the tons of fun.
We got to. It's got to rhyme though.
With what?
Doesn't
what are we
tons of
trying
fun
to-
rhyme?
With 2025.
What rhymes
Nothing
with 5?
rhymes with 5. It's like
Live,
orange.
Alive.
jive, mive, hive. I don't want to get stung. I don't want to walk into a beehive in 2025. Stuff like that.
Okay.
All right.
We'll work on that.
All right.
We'll get the production folks to work on that. All right. So here's first order of business this year. We are going to come up with 2025 New Year's resolutions for BS from a Basement.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
This should be good. Now, I'm going to have more than one, but I'm going to start off with my first one, and then I'm going to come around and I'll give you some
boy.
other ones.
All right. We're going clockwise, JD.
So my first one, my first 2025 New Year's resolution for BS from a Basement is, so we have listeners, as folks have heard us talk about, we've got listeners all over the world.
International.
We are international. We got
Superstars.
UK, we got Germany, we've got Kazakhstan. Don't even
Guinea.
know where that is.
Guinea.
We've got
Guinea.
Guinea.
Some people say we're actually bringing the world together.
Yes. A lot of people say that,
Yeah.
oddly enough. So here's one of my resolutions is I want us
Building bridges, JD. Building bridges.
I want us to get one person to download our show in Korea.
And we don't care
Which
which
Korea?
We don't care
Oh.
which one.
We
I
don't
think.
care which one, north or south, doesn't matter. And behind me, what this says in Korean to grease the skids, it says
You got to get the right.
it says Korea, we come in peace. BS from a basement.
And we're bringing Dennis Rodman back.
So that's my goals. At some point in this year, we're going to get somebody from Korea to download the show, and we're going to be able to see that we've now achieved that resolution.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. Very oddly specific. Jamie, you're familiar with SMART goals. This
I
is
am.
a SMART goal.
It does. If
Yes.
it's attainable,
Yeah.
realistic, it has a timeline.
It's time bound.
Yes.
Yes.
6 Sigma.
Black belt.
Yes.
All right, Brian, give us a New Year's resolution
For the show.
Yep.
for the show for 2025. I'm just going to let the Korean go the rest of the time. I don't care.
You should, because
Yeah.
He's
it's quite
mesmerized by
mesmerized. Yeah. Yeah. Before I'm going to speak it. So
We are sorry to our listeners
Yeah.
in Korea
Yeah.
for what just happened. Okay, go ahead.
So my hope for the show is that we get more of the people engaging, calling in,
Yes.
and being a part of the show.
Yes.
Because it's about the people, right, Kyle?
It is all about the people, always has been.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I want more of that. I mean, we're up on the hilltop. We all know that. We're, the shining star in the mountain. But the people need to be part of this
Yeah,
as well.
I agree. Okay, that's a good one.
I like it.
What do you got, JD?
I would like for us to start expanding a little, get some more segments. Like, let's add some new fun
Yes.
stuff to keep us going. Keep
I like
it lively.
that. I like that. Add a few more segments, mix and match every week.
Yeah.
Yep,
Never know what's coming.
exactly.
I like that. I would like, other than the Korean Peninsula to dial in, I would like to double, again, a SMART goal, double the number of downloads and people watching live each show, which is on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m., even on Christmas Day, even on New Year's Day.
We don't ever take a break.
No. Corporate is just a son of a...
So, as many people of our listeners know, I have a background in history.
Yes.
Do you know what the DMZ, the demilitarized
Yes,
zone,
yes.
what that? There's a number to that. They call it the latitudinal,
Oh,
the
113 and a half.
38th parallel.
Oh,
This just got too smart for me.
And I hope we coach up our listeners a little bit. So
Yeah.
Maybe more IQ on some of them.
yeah.
I mean, Peoria Pete, East Coast Pat, we can do better.
Yes, we sure can. Now, were you going to go somewhere with the DMZ, or you're just
I'm
going to
so
say that our show
confused.
somehow gets rid of it?
That would be a goal. Maybe
Yes.
2027. I
Yeah.
don't want to bite off more than we can chew.
I'm noticing in the bottom of my Manhattan, there's 2 cherries and a toothpick.
Yeah, don't swallow it.
Usually those
Please
were on
don't.
top of the glass, but that could have gone straight down my throat.
I actually showed them to your bride, and I said, "How did this happen? How did it get wedged on the bottom of the
But
glass?"
you didn't try to resolve it.
No,
You just
'cause-
left it there.
Yeah, no.
So Kyle,
By the way, you didn't hear him say anything to
No.
me about
so
it.
Kyle's bride said, "You want a fork?" I said, "Nah, Kyle won't swallow."
Kyle would never do that. All right, we're going to get into it, Brian. Are you ready? Our buddy Brian, he's a connoisseur of the news. He reads the papers, he watches the TV at night. He even works the beat to pick up the greatest news stories of the last 7 days, and then he brings them to us in a little segment that we call Brian's Riff.
Did I ever tell you I was handcuffed once getting some of these stories behind my back?
I'm glad you added getting some of these stories.
Yes. So, whenever you need a little bit of news, the state of Illinois government
Yes.
will always provide some.
Almost on the daily.
Yes. So recently, the Auditor General, I don't know if you have to salute him, but you probably do, audited the Illinois Department of Human Services.
Ooh.
And you know what they do, Kyle?
I would guess that like DCFS falls under that.
No, they're more mental health.
Oh,
and-
mental health.
yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So apparently,
I would tend to bet that DCFS falls under them.
No,
but, well,
they're
I'll
actually-
look it up.
it's,
I'll look it
We'll
up.
save that for later.
Yeah.
did he out me here? So apparently, during the audit, they found that some employees worked some excessive overtime, or at least put in for it.
More hours
Okay.
than there are in a week, I bet.
Wait for it. So a worker even tripled their annual salary. Their annual salary was $66,000. This is 2023.
Okay.
They made $227,800.
Damn.
Yeah. You know how he did this, Kyle? So they logged in 2023 331 hours of overtime. Now, let me give you some perspective.
Okay.
So if you worked 40 hours a week for 52 weeks,
Yep.
you would have worked 2,080 hours.
Oh, this person's working a lot.
Yeah.
So if you fit in that overtime, that's 12.8 hours per day. So 12 plus 8, you're working 20 hours a day.
7 days a week?
No, 5 days a week for
Okay.
52 weeks.
Okay.
Burning the candle at both ends.
Yes, really, truly.
Another employee had 2,745 overtime hours. 330 employees tallied over 1,000 overtime hours. That's an additional 20 hours per week. So, two thoughts on this. Go ahead.
My first question is, this has probably been going on for a decade, and we're
Yes.
just now
Yeah.
uncovering it
Yeah.
because we have no money in this state. But I mean, how can you even, they talk about the red face test.
Yes.
You bring that employee in and you sit them down and say, I see here you've logged 3,300 hours of overtime. You can't pass the red face
Do you bring
test.
them in, or do you bring their manager in that approves their time
Yeah,
card?
well, that's true.
Because
Although
they're
in
not-
Illinois,
they're not
there's
just
probably
checking
nobody
it.
approving it in Illinois.
Yeah. So that was my point, JD. Someone at some point there's got to be like 4 or 5 payrolls go by.
And then you're like,
And
this
you've worked
seems weird.
170 hours in those 5
Well,
weeks.
and your department budget is being depleted because this person is making 4 times what they should be making.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe there's some staffing issues.
Yeah, maybe they're short-staffed. Did we look and see if people quit
I
this
think there
year?
might be some
Maybe there's some
morality.
Maybe there's some padding. of
Yes,
The hours
some truthfulness issues. Yeah.
But again, how does it get to the point where you're putting in 64 hours a week of overtime?
Yeah.
And if it's all legit, and I have no reason to believe it isn't. Think how much cheaper it would be to hire a full-time employee.
Yeah.
So you're not paying time
Correct.
and a half.
Yeah.
Correct. Well, like probably 50% cheaper.
Yes.
Wow. But that's just the tip of the iceberg with the state
Oh,
of
my
Illinois.
gosh.
We hemorrhage money and piss away money like nobody's business. It's craziness.
Now, even if it's legitimate, and again, I have no reason to believe it isn't. If you're working,
There's every reason to believe it is.
so you're working 20 hours a day, 5 days a week, your work product can't be very good.
No.
Yes.
What is their job? What
how-
are they doing?
How much time? Well, they're working in a mental health facility.
Oh,
How much time are you sleeping during that 20 hours?
Correct.
Hey, honey, I'm coming home for 3 hours. I'm going to sleep. Feed
But-
me, and I'm going back to work.
You know what, though? If you work like the rules, if you work on Saturday or a holiday, doesn't it like quadruple the
double
number?
time,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they're probably throwing some Saturdays in there. That's why I asked you if it was 5 or 7 days a week. But yeah, that's no good, Bri.
No good. No gooda. No gooda. Hey, so we're going to move on to another whacked out government.
Okay.
Not sure you heard about this, JD, the congestion tax in New York City.
I have not heard of this.
So beginning January 5th, 4 more days, drivers will pay $9 every time they drive into Manhattan between 5 a.m. and 9 p.m. Monday through Friday.
That's going to have to get kicked back by their employers.
I mean, can you think about that? So
That's a lot.
$9, Kyle, every single day. That's business. That's pleasure. That's
Yeah. They're
That's
trying
not
to get,
that's not welcoming people into your city with
No.
open arms.
it's trying to force people onto public transportation.
So Governor Karen Hochul, who is the governor who
She
took
sounds
over from
sketchy.
Karen
the
Hochul?
shamed who was the guy from COVID?
Giuliani.
No, that's the mayor. The his brother works for CNN.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, she took over from. She says she's ecstatic because when she got the bill first on her desk, it was $14, not $9.
Oh,
So she said, "Hey,
great job.
I kicked it. I reduced it 40%."
Wow.
So my
A woman
point
of
is,
the people.
now there's some waivers and such for government employees and that, and the revenues are supposed to improve infrastructure. But what are the unintended consequences of this?
I think people who want to go into the city are going to pay it. If you have to go in for work, employers will pay it back to them, so it'll hit companies. I don't think the government's gonna stop doing it. It'll get paid, or you'll take a train because you don't want to pay it.
There's no. I think it backfires on you more than
Yes.
you generate revenue from it. Just like when Illinois legalized cannabis to make all this money off, where's all that money gone?
Yeah.
Have you seen any impact of that? I
No.
don't see
So,
it doing what it's supposed to do.
And I don't know the exact, but there's like progressive and regressive taxes, and this is a regressive tax.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm thinking, and I'm assuming New York has like revenue from restaurants, revenue from hotel taxes, revenue from cab tax, all that stuff. So the less people who come in to town,
Right.
the right hand is making more money, but the left hand is making less money. It might be a zero-sum game.
Do they have any stats on how many less people are coming?
Well, it doesn't start till the 5th.
Oh, it doesn't start yet. Okay.
So
Andrew Cuomo.
yes.
Yes.
And thank you for that.
Yeah, you bet.
The Google machine. So think about that. And I don't know how many people go to Manhattan. It's maybe a million a day, but if
Right.
every day $9 and it gets charged to your Easy Pass. By the way. So if you commute into work,
Yeah.
you're paying $45 a week times 50. That's over $2,000 a year.
But you know
How
what?
much does it take? How much does it cost to take the Skyway into the city?
Oh,
That's
it's about the same.
Yeah,
It's about
that's
the same.
expensive,
Yeah.
and it doesn't stop anyone. I mean, you can go around it though. That's the different option.
I'm thinking in Manhattan, the shipping lanes open up and people start taking the
Cargo.
ferries, or it might be cheaper to buy a boat and just
Ride your bike.
Yes,
sail
and,
across.
and actually live on the boat. Oh, freaking government! And so, another athlete was robbed recently.
Yes.
Luka Doncic,
Yes.
20 grand in jewelry.
Nice.
Once again,
But very targeted,
yeah,
like didn't really go in to turn the house over, knew what they
No.
wanted to do in and out.
yeah,
But this seems to be like now a nationwide syndicate of,
Yes.
it's either related or, you
Well,
think
they-
it's all related?
The FBI says it's like a South American, right, JD? You brought this up last week, didn't you?
I
think I did, yeah.
Yeah, I think Kyle did.
Yeah.
But like,
Because JD doesn't want to be robbed by the South Americans.
And your point is that they come in the second floor
Yes.
and backwards.
Yes.
they come in through the out.
That means
You're
they're
always leaving.
Oh, that's okay. Those South Americans are leaving Donkin's house. But how does it? I still don't understand, and I don't know. How do you know where Luka Doncic lives? Is that public knowledge? I
Yeah.
don't-
Yeah, I think you can find it fairly easily.
I would think so too. I don't think it has to be published, but apparently these people know, right? I mean, I don't know. Like if it were to happen, who was it happening to first? The Kansas City Chiefs,
it started
right?
with
Like
Kelsey
there's a
and Mahomes.
section of Kansas City where these people live, right? And you probably scope it out and you figure, oh, that's Mahomes' house. Oh,
Yeah.
that's Kelsey's house. Because you see Taylor Swift coming and going from there.
Yeah. Yeah. So you actually, I mean, you gotta scope it out or
Yeah. There's a lot of planning to it. I'm curious if it is coast to coast related to a common core of people that are organizing it.
Well, from what
Because
we,
who were you saying had their house that actually was like kind of turned upside down? Was that Joe
that was
Burrows?
yeah, so
in
Cincinnati.
Cleveland or Cincinnati. Yeah,
Cincinnati. We had Milwaukee.
yeah,
We had Dallas. We had Kansas City. So I guess it's more
yeah,
central.
yeah.
It's just how do they keep getting in?
Yeah, I can't believe at this point that professional athletes aren't paying armed services
Right.
to
Especially
in the
if you're
house.
a big name.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
you have
because
to expect
in
it at this
fact, all
point.
these guys have limit. I don't want to say limitless, but basically limitless funds.
Yes.
Burrow, Mahomes, Kelsey.
Well, and that's the funny
Doncic.
thing too. They're not going after the bench players. They're
Right.
going after the big names. Yeah.
They don't want their security staff to have $3,000
Well, yeah, I mean,
of overtime.
Yeah, who's got $20,000 of jewelry sitting in their house
Right.
in the open?
As a male,
Yeah.
I just want to throw that in there.
Good Lord. All right. I got one more for you. So, dress codes. Think about that a little bit. So
It's
when
gone out the window since COVID.
So when I was in high school, I had to wear a shirt and tie.
To school?
To school, high
You
school.
were fancy.
Yeah.
Brother Rice.
I don't know. And you could not wear a clip on because if you got caught, you got an ass whooping.
By the nuns.
Anyway, no, the Christian Brothers, Kyle.
Oh, that sounds like a gang.
Spelled with a K. So the top ranked chess player, Magnus Carlsen,
Oh, yeah, I heard about this.
a chess grandmaster, JD,
Yeah.
Okay.
was given a fine and told he could not continue competing until he changed his pants.
He went denim.
So it turned
Oh.
out he showed up in jeans,
Yeah.
JD,
Whoops.
which
It's
is
almost
a
like going to Blueberry River like that.
or McHenry, which is you got busted there. I remember that. I was there,
Sure did.
which is a violation of the dress code.
Huh.
Chess dress code.
No jeans. He actually said, I quote, F you,
Yes, he
I
did.
quit. So he's a 5-time defending champ. He
Yeah.
said, F you, I quit.
Yeah.
So the powers that be decided, well, we'll
Maybe
make
he's
it okay.
good enough.
We'll
yeah.
make it okay to wear jeans. And he came back. So my question to you is
Yeah.
2 questions. One, should we have dress codes for anything?
I think it's just gone by the wayside.
I would agree. I think if you recall a couple episodes ago, we tried to talk about cleaning out a closet, and
Yeah.
like, I just don't have closet clothes because I'm in sweatpants all the time.
Yeah. I think COVID, one of the lasting impacts of COVID is it significantly impacted how we. Well, here's a funny example. Brian and I went to see, how do you even say it? Les Mis.
Les Miserables.
And I had packed a suit and a dress shirt because I thought when you went to the opera, that
Yeah.
is what you wore. And Brian's like, dude, I'm wearing jeans. So I put my suit away, but it's changed. I mean, college basketball, those guys used to wear suits. They now wear quarter zips and slacks or
Right.
Or sweatpants.
Right.
sweat. Yeah, sweat. It's just, I think the days of dictating what people wear for whatever reason have just gone totally out the window, to the point that even in my church, which I don't have a problem with this,
Mhm.
people wear baseball hats, which I can't in a million years when I was growing up think about wearing a baseball hat to church.
No, not allowed.
No.
I struggle with the hat for men.
Yeah,
inside.
yeah. But here's my thing.
Yeah.
I guess I'm happier that you're here than what you look
Yeah.
like. At least you're
Right.
here. But I just our whole fashion just went out
Yeah.
the window like 5 years ago.
Yeah, and even like the kids, like growing up, if we had an away game, you had to wear like
Yeah, you
a
dress
skirt,
nice.
and
Yeah.
now they're dressing nice just means wear jeans.
Correct.
Like it's
Because
totally
it's better
different.
than they look on the daily. Yeah.
Now the second question, and I do not disagree. I agree with you. Like it's like I don't know. Like you go to but if you got an invitation that says black tie only, do you respect that?
Yeah, if it's
Oh,
requested.
I think you have
yeah.
to. But think about like back in the day when you would go to a really high end restaurant and
Yeah.
like guys were supposed to have on blazers. And if you
Right.
didn't, they would give you one to put on.
Right, right.
I don't think that even happens anymore, right?
I
So
don't think
again,
so.
you both just said if you get an invitation that says black tie or cocktail.
Well, you
dress.
would just be setting yourself up to be a jackass if you didn't do
Right.
that. Yeah.
So now the second question I have for you is the rules said no jeans. And this cat wore jeans.
Because he's the 5-time Grand
A
Master.
rule is a
Well,
rule,
they
though,
did,
right?
They did kick him out, but then
Yeah.
they changed the rules,
Yeah.
so they followed the rules.
So they realized that in the world of chess, he was the dude that brought the eyes,
Yes.
that brought the money to the
Yeah.
So yeah,
So he gave them a reason to change the rule.
yes.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of like live golf in a lot of
yes,
ways.
so it's interesting though, and I guess I'm with you guys too. I don't know if dress matters, right?
No, it was interesting. Like a couple weeks ago, someone at work said, "Dress for the job you want," and I replied, "Well, I guess I want to be a gym teacher then."
Yeah. or an unemployed person.
It really has.
I want to be an unemployed person. How do I
It really
dress?
has become comfort over
Yes.
anything else. Like, what is it? Form over function. It's just like people just don't. They're pushing the boundary to where the rules are being surrendered. Because if you want to enforce the rules, fine. Nobody will come.
Right.
If you told me I had to wear a suit jacket and a tie to eat dinner at Blueberry River,
Just not going.
I
there.
wouldn't go eat at Blueberry River, right?
Right.
It's just, I don't know. And it seems to be kind of a COVID related thing, but dress code has gone out the window.
It'll be interesting to see if it ever, the pendulum swings back.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, think about like in the 40s, you didn't leave your dwelling without a top hat and a suit and a tie on.
Right.
If you were a guy, that's what
Yep.
you wore in public.
Even 15 years ago, I know where Jason worked, he had to wear a suit and
yeah.
Yeah.
jacket every day.
Uncle Mike's company has a dress code. He was really excited because they said on Fridays they could wear tennis shoes.
Whoa.
Oh.
So he was going to try to get some dunks, but you could only wear black or white tennis shoes.
Oh.
Do you miss that at all?
No.
Like,
No.
no?
No,
Okay.
Don't.
screw it.
Nope.
Nothing. Okay.
Don't care.
All right.
Yo, bust this out.
Good riff, Bry.
That's a good riff, baby. All right, we're going to transition into our next segment of the show, which of course is Goofball of the Week. Check out this graphic, you two. You're going to just be blown away. You ready for it? Boom.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's right.
I like
He's
how that
wearing a
dropped right in
basketball
there.
jersey. Isn't he a football player?
He is a football player. All right, so Goofball of the
Why
Week.
don't you kill me?
This
Bah,
is
bah,
where
bah.
we bring you people or organizations doing stupid things, and we're going to talk about the stupid things they do. So we're going to first tee up the NCAA, which I would like to point out, above anything else, their logo is below the horizon line and off center. Why is that?
And it runs out like there's not enough room for it.
Yeah, you could just put it in the middle of the circle,
I
but this
could've
is
done
their
it with a
logo.
crayon.
This is their logo. Oh, so here's why it comes up this time of year. Bowl season is upon us in football, and we've got a little, I don't know, it's not a universal thing, which makes it weird, right? So guys are getting into the portal and they're leaving their current schools and going to new schools next year. And then some of them are playing in the bowl game for their old school. Some of them are not. Why the hell is this happening? Here's the fundamental question I have. Why does the portal have to be open for football players right now?
Well, and
It could be open in April. It makes
Correct.
no difference. Like, why is this even a thing right now?
I agree with you. I don't think it should be open right now. And especially if I signed a kid to my team, I wouldn't want him to be going all out for a different team.
Correct.
I
Correct.
don't want you to win for them. I don't want you to get hurt for them. Like,
Correct.
Which
you're
is
out.
I guess my other question is, okay, since we're unnecessarily allowing kids to move schools this time of year, which is totally self-inflicted, if I do declare myself as eligible in the portal, should I be able to play for my current team, or should that not be allowed? I don't know what the right answer to that is.
Well, the portal needs to be in like February, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, it needs to wait till this is done because at that point you're not on the team anymore. I wouldn't
Correct.
want you to know my plays. I wouldn't want you to know anything.
Yeah, because you could
Correct.
literally get
Peace out.
a player from the other team you're playing.
I don't get it. I don't know why. Why is
Well,
this
the NCAA
even?
is so ass backwards, if you will.
Yeah.
So
Good point, Brian.
Ohio State
Would
beat,
you care to
You got
substantiate that?
distracted.
so Ohio State beat Oregon, Kyle, 41-21.
Yeah, that was a bad
Oh,
game.
Quacked.
The other game was good. The Arizona
Yeah.
Texas game. That was a good game.
I think Arizona State exceeded expectations by far in that game.
It was a big womp womp at the very end.
4th and 13, and they can't shut them down. They had it.
They tried to blitz. They had too many people up.
They should have blitzed 10.
They should have
Wah,
had at least another person
wah.
back.
All right, so here's the reason that's a goofball of the week is because this is a self-inflicted, unnecessary phenomena they're creating because there's no reason for football players to be transferring schools while the season is still going on.
Right.
No.
Just dumb.
They're
Just
not
totally
going,
dumb.
It's not
Well,
for pro or
They
anything like
actually, the NFL, the NFL would be like, okay, the playoffs are starting. We're opening the free agency window.
Correct.
Yeah.
that. Right, exactly.
Yeah, go ahead and trade players right now. That's cool. My other goofball of the week is our boy Travis Hunter, who we've beaten up over the last month
He
or
made
two.
me laugh this week.
Heisman winner.
He gave me a good giggle.
He's a jackalope. All right, so
Thank you for using that word.
yes,
I made that word up, JD.
my guy who stands to probably will be the first pick in the draft for the NFL?
Travis?
I would think so. Well, let's agree. Top 5 at minimum.
I would,
Yes.
100%.
Okay. I think he'll go first. You don't think so?
I think someone will pick a quarterback first.
Okay. Well, maybe they're missing
We'll
out.
see. I got $1 on that, Kyle.
Here's what I'm going to say. So he stands to make, we can agree, millions and millions of dollars.
Tens of millions.
And what he ends up pocketing is related to his representation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who does he sign as his representation? First-time firm with zero experience, Lil Wayne. Or is that Lil Jon? I'm sorry, Lil Jon.
You're kidding.
Yeah! I'm going to go with you. Yeah!
He wants a hype man.
I don't know if Scott Boros does NFL, but that's who I'm signing with. If I'm an athlete.
Yes, correct. So he goes with this Little John made-up company that hasn't existed until now. That's who he's decided is going to represent him. What the frick is wrong with you, dude?
You're making him money, not you money.
Correct. You're doing him way more favors than he's doing you.
I think that just shows he thinks he doesn't need any favors, and he's just like, I'm going to kick back to this dude over here because I'll carry myself on my own name.
Craziness. I can't believe I said Lil Wayne. That's obviously Lil Jon. Yeah.
So close. So
All right.
close.
So those are our goofballs of the week. Got to do better out there, boys. Got to do better.
Damn it, Travis. Heisman.
All right. I got to find the music for our next segment, which is right here.
Dear JD.
It'd be nice if Carl would set up my board so only one song could play at a time. Brian, why don't you talk to us about
There
how
you are. So
Dear
I-
JD works?
I scour
Scour.
the internet, the white papers, the red papers, and the black papers. The advice columns, if you will, for the best. I need help.
Yep.
Questions.
The saddest people.
Calls
Yes.
for help.
And they get their answers, but they don't get the JD answers.
No, they don't.
No.
So that's where we're at.
That's where we are.
So, dear JD, recently, and this will actually, Kyle and I actually had this conversation, this segment probably a couple months ago. So recently, dear JD, recently my husband and I were invited to a dinner party at a new acquaintance's home.
Okay.
There were 5 couples in attendance, and we were all dressed nicely. So there was a dress code.
There was a dress
And
code.
they followed it.
No denim.
When we arrived, Kyle, we were asked to remove our shoes.
Oh.
Neither of us, JD, had worn socks,
Oh, gross.
and we were very uncomfortable,
I would be uncomfortable too.
as were the other guests.
Yeah.
I say this is very rude, but I've heard mixed opinions about this. Your thoughts, JD?
Oh.
So my first thought is the guy not wearing socks is disgusting.
That is kinda
That's
gross.
Yeah, if you're dressed up. So a woman, I'm thinking like a
And
high
she's got
heel.
heels,
Like a
so
high heel.
understand
So,
that.
but if you're coming to my house,
Yeah.
we're saying, hey, dress nice. We're making,
Mazzacholi.
yeah, yeah, with homemade sauce.
Yep.
If you're not gonna wear a heel, right?
If I'm coming to your house, I'm not wearing heels
Yeah,
Or nylons.
yeah.
or nylons. But
Is
maybe
that still a thing?
maybe these are really fancy friends.
Could be.
But I don't know why the people would be grossed out at her not wearing socks because I would think none of the women had socks on.
Oh, that's a good point.
So
Unless you were an UGG, like an UGG boot.
A dress and an UGG
her
boot.
Uggs, maybe she had Uggs on and was going to just switch to her heels.
Well, what Brian was referencing is a couple months ago brought it up a segment. Who did the study? Was it St. Louis
I remember
University?
all the fecal
All
matter.
the
I
the
remember
fecal
that.
and the
Yes.
crap.
Yeah, on the bottom of your shoes.
Wear your shoes off when you come in the house.
So again,
Yeah.
you I don't think it's a bad.
It's not a bad ask, but maybe when you tell people in the invitation, dress nice, also bring some tennis socks.
or maybe
Or
if you're
supply
having,
me with tennis socks.
That's what I was gonna say. If you're having people over to a fancy party, maybe you have just like those little
Footies.
hotel slippers.
Or
You
the
could
things
slide
they
on.
make the things that you step on and it wraps your foot up and you can keep your shoes on, but you've got plastic on the bottom. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I have.
Yep.
Yes.
So 2 questions. If I'm inviting you to a fancy dinner
Yes, at your house.
in my house,
Okay.
Serving masticholi.
I don't expect you to take your shoes off, right? Because if I'm saying fancy, you're not wearing.
We're talking about
slippers.
Brian here.
So
we all
number-
know we're taking
yeah.
our shoes off.
Number 2, yeah. But number 2,
That's why you're taking your
yes,
shoes off.
yeah, because I don't want it on my floor. Do you put on the invitation, we're a household, no shoes?
No, I honestly think if I was doing this, I would just buy. You can buy like a box of 10 cheap hotel slippers
Yeah.
for like
Yeah.
$5, and then
Or
everyone just slides into
pedicure, those foam pedicure things. Those are like
Those
5
too.
cents. Yeah.
But that lady, I think it's the lady writing this. No,
Well-
no one else is offended by her. No other women there have.
I would
socks
say
on.
this, if I'm the guy who for some reason has no socks on, which is a little
Weird.
Miami Vice-ish, I'm taking a picture of the bottom of my feet when I get there. They better be the same cleanliness when
Which
I
they
leave.
won't be.
No,
Oh.
if my feet are black when I leave, that's bull.
Yeah,
Very nice.
Yes.
you look so uncomfortable talking about this foot
Well,
question,
it's-
Brian.
He is sweating. There's sweat on
Yeah,
his
I don't-
forehead.
I don't know the answer, but I guess I still, if I invited some people over for a very formal,
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I'd ask them to take their shoes off. Like it. but
Oh, you would too.
I would, but still, if you're wearing a suit and a dress and all right, whatever. All right. So,
Get off of this foot
dear
question.
Jamie, I am curious about your thoughts on a money dance
Oh.
at a wedding reception.
Oh.
So the DJ will announce the dance in which the bride and or groom take
Yeah.
to the floor and dance with guests at the reception.
Yep.
If you dance with them, the person brings them money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It seems very common. What say you, JD?
I was a hard no in that for my
What?
wedding. Hard no. People have already.
You don't like money?
First of all, people have already given me gifts. Second of all, that's gross. I don't want people bringing me their singles to dance with me. No, hard no. Hard no.
You're crazy.
No, you're
Because
crazy.
Joy and I made bank doing that.
You and Joy were like 20 though.
It's a
You were
money grab.
young.
It's a money
How old
grab.
were you?
28. Way older.
Not cute enough to have
It's
a money dance.
It's a money grab.
Rude.
It is a money grab, but you're helping a
'Cause you
newlywed
have no
couple.
money.
Yeah, I've already gotten a gift from them and a check. I don't need them to bring
Oh.
Who's calling?
Peoria Pete.
Peoria.
What?
Damn you, Peoria.
Peoria
Happy
Pete.
New
Happy
Year.
New Year.
Guys, it's still the 31st down in Peoria.
Oh,
my gosh.
sorry. We'll
I
call
thought
you
you were-
tomorrow.
You're east or west of the international date line.
I'm South Central, which is like 7 hours behind Western. It's
Yeah.
all.
It's like
But
daylight
Happy New Year to
savings.
you
They,
guys.
they never switch to the
Happy New Year. Peoria Pete, did you hear what we were just talking about? And
I am coming in blind.
Okay.
I just picked up my phone.
JD's outrageous statement she just
Not
made.
outrageous.
We're
So,
talking.
We're
Our
doing.
segment
I'll,
is.
I'll read it to you.
Yeah.
I'll read it to you.
Dear
Pete.
Peoria Pete.
So it's just the dear JD. Dear Peoria Pete, I am curious about your thoughts on a money dance at a wedding reception. The DJ will announce the dance in which the bride and her groom take to the floor and dance with guests at the reception. If the person brings them money, it seems like it seems like a common practice. So in other words, are you pro or con on the money dance?
Did you and Colleen do a money dance?
Colleen would never do a money
yes,
dance.
Colleen is my
What is
favorite.
wrong with you people?
They've already given us
apparently-
gifts.
The people came, they spent money traveling there, they spent money on gifts. Half of them don't want to be there anyway.
Right, but you're not
You
holding a gun to their head to make them participate in the money
If
dance.
I wanted their singles, I'd be a stripper.
All right, first of all, that's disgusting. Secondly,
I'm
it's
in.
not singles. I can tell you it's not singles. Joy and I made like $2,000 on doing that.
What?
Why would you not
Listen.
do that?
Allie and I we had that same discussion.
Colleen.
Not
Who's
too
Allie?
long ago.
Yeah.
Colleen and you.
No,
My
I'm
friend
Does
confused.
Allie
Colleen
and
know
I-
about Allie?
None of them know about any of them. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
No, we had that same discussion because I said we're leaving money on the table,
Yes,
Here.
you are.
and she said, "Not a chance. Am I making people get in their wallets that have already paid and already paid to come, already paid for gifts, already paid for whatever?"
Agreed.
So
I think you're crazy.
That's pretty short-sighted by Colleen.
She is the classier one of the two of us.
Because you just did a singles money dance, and you actually had a pole brought out.
Yeah, exactly.
As I am the classier one of the three of us here, Peoria Pizza, this makes sense now.
I got no shame.
Listen, that shocks me none that you were at the top of that heap there.
I got no shame. I would do it again in a heartbeat. Do it again. In
No.
fact, when I go to weddings, I set up my own money dance line.
You know what?
Exactly.
Next time I see you, turn on some music and I'll break out my wallet.
Yes.
How many pairs of assless chaps do you have?
Aren't
Peoria,
chaps in general-
what's been
wait a minute,
going
aren't
on
chaps
down
in
there?
General assless.
Yes. Well, by nature, they are assless. Yes.
Yeah, you got to pay extra for the ass cover.
Peoria, I don't
Not
know
a
that
lot.
we've talked to you in any of the since any of the major holidays.
It's been a
Thanksgiving,
while.
Christmas, everything going
Kwanzaa.
okay?
Yeah, everything's been good. Everything's been real good. We did not have a white Christmas down in Southern Illinois.
No.
Nope.
So a little
Never.
bummed about that, but
Yeah.
what can you do?
Well, being so close to the equator.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
you're
boy.
like it's basically your Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah. You should see Brian say
Oh.
Bermuda into a microphone and see all the crap that spits out of his mouth.
Who needs enemies when we've got friends like you two? I love it. But no, Christmas was good.
Favorite Christmas gift, Peoria?
Favorite Christmas gift? I got a really nice Travis Matthew hat, a nice golf hat.
Ooh.
Oh, does it say "shut your face" by chance?
It does not.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, just a basic old blue Travis Matthew golf hat.
Okay,
So a
That's-
man of simple pleasures down here, guys.
Peoria, can I tell you a funny story about what I got for Christmas?
I would love to hear it. Yes.
I got a new golf bag.
Ooh, let me hear about it.
Well, I went with the Ghost cart bag GT14.
Great decision.
Yeah. And Jason and Brian have always given me a lot of heat about how heavy my golf bag was. And there was some truth to that. It was very heavy. So when I started cleaning the golf bag out, you know the wrenches that you put the driver head on your shaft? And you know those are totally universal. They're just a star bit.
Right. Yeah. All you need is one
Yeah.
for life.
I had 2 TaylorMade, 3 Ping, and 1 Callaway
Just in case.
in
In
my
one
old
bag.
bag. Yes. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm also,
Oh.
I'm type 1 diabetic, and I've been out on the course before and thought, I've got to find the cart girl because I need a Coca-Cola because my blood sugar is low. Well, good news. Unbeknownst to me, I had like 4 or 5 tubes of glucose tabs in my old bag.
So what I'm hearing you say is it's safe to say that you haven't walked 18 in quite some time.
No.
Nope.
And the
Oh.
caddies, the little 16-year-olds I've paid to carry my clubs that never caddied again. Now I know why.
Oh my goodness. I'm like the exact opposite of you. There's like nothing in my golf
Yeah,
bag.
well, that's how Brian is too. Although his smoking supplies are plentiful,
He finds a way to fit those
he
in.
compensates by only carrying 3 golf tees and 2 golf balls.
4 clubs.
I'm a little particular about what's in my golf bag, so I can understand that.
Yeah, well, I didn't know all that love was in there, but I emptied my old one out onto my ping pong table and it took up half the table.
The real question is which wrench did you keep?
Oh, good question.
Good, it is a good question. I kept a Callaway because I currently am playing the Callaway, the AI1 artificial intelligence design. You know what I'm talking about.
Is that the AI smoke or whatever?
That is correct. The smoke.
Man, that's a wonderful driver.
I'm carrying about 327 these days.
How often do you change the settings in your driver?
Never. That's why it's so funny to have 6 wrenches.
So when Jason and I were playing in the husband and wife tournament, he decided to change my driver in the middle of it, hit
Yeah.
it straight right.
Oh,
And I yelled at him.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now, listen, I hope you didn't take home any money in that tournament because Brian's going to tell you that that's against USGA.
well,
rules.
yeah, that's
Stirring-
He
true.
did get some
We're-
shop
around.
credit.
We're Wisconsin. We're WGA.
Yeah.
WGA.
It's like the Lutheran Church. We're not Missouri Synod. We're Wisconsin Synod, and you can do whatever you want.
Hey, Pete. We're all
Yes.
God's children. We're all God's
We're
children.
That's true. We are all God's children.
You didn't put
Even
any
down in
money.
Peoria.
You didn't put any money on Oregon today, did you?
I
What
did
the
not.
hell?
Here's the
bad.
deal, boys. What happened there? Oh my
I don't know, because they won the first time they played this year, and they just got totally smoked.
I think Ohio State came out with a vengeance.
I
After
think
losing
so.
to Wisconsin, losing
And
to
Michigan,
them,
getting flag planted.
losing to them, they were
Is
done.
is there something to the layoff?
Well,
I mean, all three teams that have won played last week.
except Arizona. Well, your statement is true. I don't think you can take a lot away from Arizona State because they were clearly outgunned and they put on a hell of a show today.
But they lost.
They did, and then they got beat.
All for nothing.
All I'm going to say is 4th and 13. You don't bring 8, you bring 10. You bring 10.
Hey, Pete, no participation ribbons in a CFP.
No,
They
agreed.
blitz a cornerback, they win that game.
I thought
You know what? They did bring some pressure.
Well, they brought 8 on. They brought 8.
and they all got picked up for the first time in like a
Yeah.
quarter. And
Hey,
a half.
Pete.
That
And
was
they got
unreal.
burned.
Pete, they brought a knife to a gunfight is what happened.
No.
They did.
I was proud
They
of the
did.
Sun Devils. I thought they put
That-
on a good show.
Yeah, what's
They
his
kept
name?
calling him Sparky. Who's Sparky?
Scat.
Scatterbo.
Scataboo.
Yeah, he was.
It's an all-American
he was pretty
name.
good.
He threw
I
up.
didn't,
Skibbity boo.
Yeah,
I didn't
he
realize
was.
how little. I didn't
Sky
realize
Biddy.
how little he was.
Yeah, he's like 5'7".
He's like a fire hydrant with feet.
yes.
Do you think he went out last night? Because he was barfing an awful
Yes.
lot
Oh
at this
my
game
gosh.
today.
Yes.
He went hard on New Year's
But he
Eve,
puked and rallied.
Where was
Yeah.
that game? Where was that
but
game
not
played?
hard enough.
That game was,
Georgia, Atlanta.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, don't drink the water,
But, well,
Georgia.
I got kind of tired in the fourth quarter. Every time he got tackled, he would just lay on. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, get an IV or get out of the game.
Yeah,
What are you
right.
going to do
Well,
here?
Well, I loved the announcers. The beginning of the fourth quarter, they were saying something's not right. He's struggling, and then he comes in for that last touchdown,
Yeah.
and they go, "I know who's not tired." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Come on, Jesse Palmer. Let's
Yeah.
relax
Yeah.
a little bit here."
Pick a
I
lane.
think he loves him a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Well, at one
There's no
point, he had more offense by himself than Texas had in total. He's a stud.
He did.
He's
Well,
a
they
stud.
said for the first time in like over 25 years, he won the offensive player of the game on the losing team.
So, Pete, I'm looking at.
That's I don't know how to describe that ribbon. What does that ribbon say?
So,
That
you
is
know,
what's called a participation
Yes.
trophy.
you know
Here's
what's
your
you know what's
sucker.
worse than that, Pete? I have 3 glasses in front of me, and they're all empty.
Oh,
Oh,
we did the
geez.
first 22 minutes of this show without realizing we weren't
It
online.
was a practice.
So I'm not rushing anything.
And funny enough, we repeated the 22 minutes verbatim.
Oh, that's
And I- and
wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm not rushing anything, Pete, but you got to stand for the high school nickname.
Oh,
Oh.
yes.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
Well, you got one more. Do you want to skip your last? You could carry it over.
No, we'll do
take
the
it to
last
next
one.
week.
It's
Okay.
Pete's on too. We'll do
Hang
the last
on.
one. All right.
Hang on, Peoria. We'll see if you can participate. I'm not allowed to, but I still do.
So, dear JD and Pete, I'm not well off, and my friend is.
Hmm.
She loves eating at nice restaurants. I can't afford those. So I usually take her out for hamburgers. She knows my financial circumstances. I am very uncomfortable letting her treat me to fancy outings because I'm unlikely to ever be able to reciprocate. When I've asked her to take me to inexpensive hamburger joints, she likes apparently like an 80-20 ground
Yeah.
beef.
Yeah.
She will make excuses like she wants to try a restaurant she's just heard about, or I'm the only one who can go with her. Should I refuse to accompany her or give up and figure that she can afford it and that she doesn't care that if I reciprocate?
I've got the answer to this one. The term gravy train exists for a reason.
Oh,
Just live your best
Just go.
life.
If she wants to, if this lady wants to take her, just go.
Try
Try
nice places.
snails and fish eggs.
Who cares?
Do it.
And if you have to take her to Wendy's next week, that's
Yeah.
fine. Flame broiled.
I'll have a chili.
that would be
Small chili.
that'd be
My
Burger
friend's
King.
paying.
What do you think, Pete? Down there, everything's
Everything's, yeah.
the toilet bills go the other way. What's right? What's wrong? What's up? What's down?
Well, in Peoria, guys, a hamburger joint's a nice restaurant.
Oh,
okay,
That's
so
true.
Yeah.
So, but if
So
I want
I-
a really nice restaurant, where would I go to a?
JB Rockets.
Oh,
yeah, you'd be leaving Peoria, that's for sure.
do they still have what's the the
Whataburger.
fish place. The
Captain D's.
Long John Silver.
Long John Silver's. Are they still around?
Captain D's way better.
No, our Long John Silver's is gone.
Oh.
No.
I want to tell you this. I grew up on Captain D's fish and chicken combo with hush puppies. My God, heavenly. There is a standalone Captain D's in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I can tell you that.
Wow.
I've never seen one before there in the last 25 years, but just delicious.
Are you uncomfortable if a friend wants to treat you with Captain
No,
D's?
she could. Whoever that lady is can definitely buy my. I would get the chicken and fish with 2 hush puppies
And
extra crunchies.
No, guys, I'm with you guys. If you wanna pay, go ahead. I'm not gonna stop you.
Yeah, well, that's reasonable. All right, we're going to transition into the segment that Brian wants Peoria to stay for. Not that Jamie and I need help. I don't think we need help.
You got the state yourself last time.
Please. I mean, please. All
I
right.
barely even know what states are in the continental U.S.
I see you look confused when he says contiguous. You seem like you don't know what that means. Yeah. So listen, our last segment is brought to me, brought to you, brought to the people by our good friends at Manly Bands. Manly Bands made with unique materials like dino bone, meteorite, historic military materials, and much more. Go to manlybands.com, a band for every man. Manlybands.com, say no to boring.
Manly Bands. Oh, yeah.
I also have another New Year's resolution to announce.
Let's hear it.
I'd like to get a check for Manly Bands the next year.
yes, that would be fantastic.
Sons of bitches. I mean, good guys.
From the wonderful people over at
At
Manly.
Manly Bands, yes. All right, Brian, what is this game called?
So Kyle, and to you folks at home, I'm actually wearing a Manly Bands hat.
Oh, hold it up.
Oh,
Oh, you
let's
don't
see
have to
it.
hold it up. You have it on.
I like it.
They only sent us one, so Brian wore it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So this game, Pete, is I give a
No,
nickname-
just say the name of the game,
No,
and then
it's
I'll
not.
take your
It's
effect
so
off.
confusing.
Know your high school nickname.
Know your
All
high
right.
school nicknames. Peoria, this is the hardest game in televised podcasting.
Well, I missed your Christmas Day one, but the week before that, you guys almost nailed that one, right?
We were on the cusp.
I'm pretty sure there was a mirror behind me. That's on my screen.
I think you
Pete.
got the state last week on Christmas.
I did get
didn't
the
you?
state
and he
last
talked
week.
you out
I
of.
mean,
He talked you into it. You wanted
we got
Montana,
it.
and you went to Michigan.
So know your high school nicknames. The way this is played is Brian is going to give us the name of a high school. Gosh, I always say name in front of it because I want to say the name of a high school mascot,
Yeah.
but he won't let me say that. He's going to give us the high school's nickname, and Jamie and I have 3 opportunities to win. A plus win is the name of the high school.
Yep.
1 in a billion. The B answer is at least the city where the high school resides, which is 1 in a million. The third option is the state that the high school resides in, which is 1 in 50, I'm told.
So you're telling me
Correct.
there's a chance.
So
1 in
you're
50.
telling me
So you're
there's a
saying
chance.
there's a chance.
All right, let me watch this graphic.
So, Pete, you got the graphics up or no?
Oh, it's up,
No,
baby.
No, I do not have any visuals
Is that Cuba
here.
Gooding Jr.?
Okay, I'll describe it to you, Pete. No worries. There is a red helmet with a T on it that very much looks like a Texas A&M helmet, but no A&M. And then there's a guy in a 1920s scuba suit.
Like
Yeah,
a deep sea
That
diver.
Like a
movie
deep
with
sea
Cuba,
diver.
Cuba Gooding
Oh,
Jr.
jeez.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
All right. What is the name of the nickname?
So, JD, Kyle,
And
and
Peoria.
Peoria Pete. The nickname is the Spongers.
Okay.
And this is for reals.
All right.
The
So listen,
Spongers.
I gotta think. I have to think the T is Texas, is it not? You think it's the name of the
I
city?
think that's the name of the city.
Why would you put? I mean, there's no high schools in Illinois that throw an I up for
Correct.
Illinois.
Good point, Peoria. That's what I was just going to
But
say.
you don't see the helmet like it very much looks like either a Texas or a Tennessee helmet. Now, we could play Galveston, Texas, and that would play into the deep sea diver sponger thing.
I like where your head's at a coastal city.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Where is there a high population of sponge fish?
Well, maybe
I
the
don't-
sponge, the anti-pregnancy device
where was
sponge.
that
So is a sponge a vertebrae or an invertebrate?
Invertebrate.
Okay, I'm just throwing
He
it out
doesn't even
there.
know the answer
I'm
to
just
that.
throwing it out there.
You tried to throw us off course with that, and I don't even know how.
I did get the visual sent to me. That is Cuba Gooding Jr., isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, see?
Okay.
I like the smoker gloves he's got on. That's what you get brisket off the smoker in, which is another Texas thing, by the way.
Oh,
that tea looks more Tennessee than
I
it does
agree.
Texas.
oh.
But
But,
there's no sponges in Tennessee.
That would be.
Unless this
yeah.
But
guy
is Elaine Bennis from Tennessee?
Correct.
be.
Contraceptive sponge.
This guy also looks like he could be going into, like, I don't know, a death chamber where he can't breathe.
I'm
lot
going to
happening
say
here.
this and then I'm going to be quiet.
Okay.
I want to go Galveston Island, Texas. I'm out after that.
Galveston
Well,
Island.
Okay, but you've got to give us a school name there because they're not putting a T for Texas
No.
on the city of
Agreed.
Galveston's football helmet.
Okay. I'm
I
out.
mean, if you're talking sponge, I think you're talking.
We
more
are
like-
talking sponge.
Did you say it has to be in the contiguous 48? Is that what I heard?
No.
all 50.
All
You think
50
it-
are
you
up
think
for
in
grabs.
Hawaii?
Or as
Well, I
Pete
don't
Diddy
know.
would
I'm
say,
trying to think
all
of
50.
I'm trying to think of like sponge, coral reef type stuff, but
Okay.
I don't know.
KU Diggs chiming in on Captain D's. KU Diggs we always got what we called extra crunchies at Captain D's, and basically what that meant is the fish little nuggets that had fallen off the
Yes.
fried fish in the bottom of the fryer. We
Yeah.
took those as
Oh.
food. Delicious. We both have cholesterol
All right, you guys are stalling a
problems.
little bit. I need a final answer.
Listen, I have no good guess.
Well,
here,
Pete,
guys.
you're walking somewhere. You're talking yourself into something.
Well, I'm talking myself into somewhere where there's coral reef would be my first guess
Agreed.
when it comes to sponges. So, I mean, no,
Puerto
no
Rico
clue.
is not a state yet.
No, I mean,
And they have no
so-
power right now.
Correct. Which actually
I-
fits into the suit that he has on.
All right, Peoria, you have to make our final guess.
Oh,
What about the Florida Keys? Do they have a high school?
Oh, you
Yeah,
think that T
yeah,
stands
let's
for
guess somewhere down
Tallahassee?
Tallahassee. Ooh.
okay, I'm down with that, guys.
All right, I need a state, a city, and a high school.
All right, what do we got, Peoria?
Bermuda. It could also be Bermuda Triangle. T for triangle.
Oh, good one.
Let's go Templeton High.
In Tallahassee, Florida.
What's the Florida Keys? Give me something. I don't even know if Tallahassee's on the border.
Tallahassee is way up north
All
on
right.
the
Yeah.
East Coast.
So we got
Brian said
Templeton
enough
High,
of us.
Tallahassee, Florida.
Florida.
Templeton High, and Tallahassee, and Florida. Ding, 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 ding,
Oh,
Hey!
yay!
There we go.
ding. Way to walk them into it, Pete.
There
So
we go.
the Spongers
Spongers
are from Tarpon Springs High School
Ah,
Tarpon. That was my
Tarpon.
next
in
guess.
Yeah.
Tarpon Springs, Florida.
as often happens in this game, Peoria. Right after he says it,
Are they the lady sponges?
So
please,
So-
please tell me the girls' teams are called the Lady Sponges.
a lot of people don't realize, Pete, that Tarpon is the sponge capital of Florida.
What does that mean?
So the deep sea diver, little mascot, he's actually the guy that harvests the sponges.
Good for him.
And I'm told if you're ever down in Tarpon Springs, you got to visit the sponge docks.
That's the first.
What
place
does
I'll
that
go if I'm
mean?
And
ever
it's
there.
actually, so Tarpon Springs Sponge Docks is like the Bourbon Street of Tarpon Springs. And one
Bad
time,
reference.
you visit them one
Too
time.
soon. Too
Right.
soon there, bud. Too
Oh,
soon.
it's like the Broadway of New York. It's like
Okay.
the
There we
Michigan
go.
Avenue of Chicago. It's like the
Jeez.
give me the name in California, Rio
Oh,
Janeiro.
Rodeo.
Drive in
Yeah.
California. And once you visit it, Pete, you'll understand
Yeah.
why it's the sponge capital of the world.
Okay.
Well,
What was the name of these things? The sponge divers?
The spongers.
Spongers.
Spongers. Okay, I love it.
And don't they say, they have a saying, don't they?
They say, Kyle, once a sponger.
Always a sponger.
That's going to do it for today's show, guys.
Peoria, thanks for calling, baby. We love
Hey,
you.
Thanks for having us. Love you guys.
Amen,
Merry Christmas.
brother.
Happy New Year.
You
Hey,
too.
you know what? It's 2025, but I'm partying like it's 1999.
Hey, everybody, when you're out and about, remember, do something good out there.